Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CSLDallas. My name is Chantel, and I am your platform assistant. Woo! It's my first day, y'all. I'm excited. We are glad for you to be joining us today, wherever you are joining from. We're just happy that you're here. CSLDallas is a special place for you to call your spiritual home, and we hope that you call it your spiritual home. We are all about being radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, and say this last part with me, all about transforming lives. I have a few announcements for you today and some really good news to share. We are gearing up to come back into the sanctuary. Yes, excited to be in person. And this is starting on July 11th. So make sure that you mark your calendar for that. A huge thank you goes out to a few special people who have made this happen. Travis and Marco for keeping us all on track to this point, and to all of the volunteers who have just done amazing work with getting our flood recovery back on track and moving so many things from here to there to room. Could not have happened without you, so a special thank you. Another special thank you to a few other people: Randy Craig, Randy Stem, Willis Porter, Vince Bethea Jr., and Sage Vecchio. So even though we're excited to come back, we're not done yet. There's still some additional steps we need to take. And we have 2 available dates for you to also help us in this work. So first date is Saturday, July 10th from 11 to 1 p.m. And the second is Sunday, July 11th from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. You can register for one of these 2 opportunities to participate. And of course, we got you on food, we got you on music, and we have you with drinks, so you'll be well cared for. So make sure that you register on our website, CSLDallas.org. And, I have another thing for you that I should not forget. We have an opportunity for you to deepen your spiritual education practice, and that class is called Keys to Spiritual Practice. So remember that, Keys to Spiritual Practice. If you are ready to discover the positive spiritual and affirmative thinking practices, then this class is for you. You are going to come out of this class knowing that it is your choice to raise your conscious awareness and create experiences and change conditions in your life. So I am excited about that opportunity. Do not miss out. This happens today at 1 o'clock, so you still have time to get in. And then another important part is that what I love about this community is that no matter where you are in your journey, CSL Dallas has something for you. This has been the community that has fed me for, I want to say 8 years or so. And we have an opportunity for you to give back to all that this community has given us. And I'm sure that you share my experience in wanting to do that. So there's a few ways that you can give. You can give through Facebook. You can give through the website, CSLDallas.org. And you can also give by texting the word text to 972-954-4404. I'm going to give it to you one more time. Text the word give, 972-954-4404. And I'm going to step aside now for a community song.
within my life, and I will wait. dwell within. Allow my words to be your words. There is a power, an intelligence, a love focused right here, right now, breathing me, conscious of me, aware, adoring me, speaking through me. And as I dwell in this quiet place, I know that that intelligence is me, all of me, guiding me, showing me, teaching me, blessing me. And just as it is expressing in, as and through me, I know that as I move through life, my focus stays on this intelligence, on this source energy, this power. It stays focused on it as I express in all the different ways that I show up in the world. It expresses as health, well-being, prosperity, abundance. It expresses as love and affection, healthy relationships. And it expresses as being love in the world. Being support for myself and for others. And so as I breathe and allow myself to be inspired through the breath, I know that this time is blessed and it is good. And we affirm it together by saying, and so it is.
Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my life.
this morning? Did you wake up this morning? You still asleep. I love that. You know, our whole month, we've been talking about pulled by vision. That's been our theme for the month of June. And today, we're talking about stayed. Not stay. Stayed. All right, so how did you wake up this morning? How'd you wake up? Like, did you wake up feeling alive and joyful? Did you wake up like, oh man, it's another day. I don't want to get out of bed. You know, what were some of your first thoughts when you woke up? Just reflect on that. What were some of those first thoughts that you had? Are you woke? Did you wake up like so alive in all of this life and all that it has to offer? And where are your thoughts now? Where have your thoughts been staying since you woke up? So I woke up with my mind stayed on spirit because I woke up knowing that I was going to talk to you this morning about this topic. So I woke up like, yes, that was the first thought, was just, wow. I started to reflecting on what do I know about this all presence, this like everything that it is, this entirety of the goodness and the grandeur of all of life. So when we keep our attention focused on our relationship with Spirit, when we keep our attention focused on our relationship as Spirit, it changes everything. It changes the perspective from which we come from. It changes the perspective on how we move through our day, and we build on that day after day after day, and it greatly impacts the positivity and the power in our own lives and in the lives of the collective. We get to transform our experience because we change from where we're looking from and where we're looking to in these perspectives in our lives. And we are looking through it filtered through a different kind of lens, like we're looking through the lens of love. We're looking as the lens of life itself, of spirit. Just as I'm looking at you at a lens, where am I looking from? Like I am this great camera lens of life itself and the perspective in which I view the world. And when we look through this lens and keep our mind stayed on spirit, and we look through the lens of truth, and we look through the lens of boundless love, and this lens of oneness, it gives us resilience at times that we need it. It gives us perseverance at especially times where we need to keep going. And it allows us to also be able to meet from a different place, whatever comes our way. So when we're mindful and stayed on spirit and all of the qualities and everything that we know about this expansive life, which goes way beyond this planet called Earth, we're talking about the entire universe, perhaps a multiverse, you know, all that there is there's no edge to it, there's no circumference to it, there's no border or boundary to it. When we are mindful of the flow of this life, this thing called Spirit, God, the universal presence, whatever you choose to call it, we can then give up being fearful and anxious and stressed, and we can actually give up, if we choose, to stop being attached to the outcomes and move as the flow of life itself. We can move more relaxed, we can move more open to the goodness of our lives, and we know that this divine source, that which is always working through us, and this divine right action goes ahead of us and is actually already creating the path, already creating the way in which our life works. So how do we do this? How do we keep our mind, our hearts stayed on spirit? Well, the first thing to do is to start by reminding yourself of this powerful, pervasive presence that is omnipresent. Okay, that word omnipresent means that no matter where it is, there it is. Like there's no place where it is not. It's like And simultaneously, all at the same time, it is present. So wherever you are, Spirit is. It can't not be. And it's everywhere, present in everything, flowing through everything, being everything. And to remember that we are this channel, we are this portal, we are this through point in which Spirit shows up as a point of good. And so I know that I am the point of good for my life. I am the point of all that is opening up to the goodness of my life. And I'm not doing this by myself. I'm actually doing this as Spirit, as life itself. So that helps me when I remember this. It sort of takes a little pressure off my shoulders. Like I don't have the weight of doing something that way. Another way to do this is to look at your life's challenges and your life's circumstances, at anything in the world, and know that there is nothing more powerful than this divine source that is within each of us. So there's nothing more powerful than this. So whatever is within me is much more powerful than that situation or that circumstance that's occurring in my life right here and right now. Nothing can stand against this power. Nothing can resist this power. Nothing can hold itself when I know that this power that is within me is moving as me right now. That situation and that circumstance must move. And in that, we can move mountains, no matter how big or how small this situation or circumstance could feel in a moment when it comes up. Because the truth is you are a powerful creator. Go ahead, claim it. Say, I am a powerful creator.
I am a powerful creator.
Thank goodness I got a few in here that can say that and claim it. So we are powerful creators collectively. So when we realize this, not only in our own lives, but collectively, look at all these powerful creators that are already in existence as life itself right here and right now in humanity. So the other how that we can do this is to consistently, and that is a key word, we must consistently do anything to show any kind of change or transformation, right? It's usually not a one-time, there it is. I must consistently eat well and exercise to have the physicality that I want. It's just not a one-time today I ate well and all is well. But consistently claim that only good comes to you. So to consistently claim only good comes to me, only good comes to me. And to consistently claim only good comes from me. Okay? So only good comes from me. And as I consistently claim that, that's how I'm going to show up. Good is going to come from me. It's going to come from my speech. It's going to come from my actions. It's going to come from my givingness. It's going to come from me seeing you. It's going to come from I meet you where you are. So not only consistently claim good always comes to me, good always comes from me. And that no matter what is going on, here's the third consistent claim. And Petra has taught me this. No matter what the situation or the circumstance, I claim now good must come of this. So good must come of this. So no matter what it is, in the end, I get to go, wow, good did come from that because I claim it as such. So good comes to me, good comes from me, and good must come of it. Like this flood, okay? I remember in February, I think it was February, right, when we had the Wintergeddon, and I was here first, and there was just water pouring out of the pipes. I even video live feed it, everything. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is awful, and I immediately was like, well, good must come of this. And we're actually going to have some beautiful improvements on our campus that would have not occurred had we not had this flood. And so you're going to get to see these over the next few months, and good came of it, right? So one of our main concepts in the science of mind, one of our core concepts, has to do with creation. And so what we believe, and one of our core concepts regarding creation, is the physical universe is the manifest body of this one infinite reality. So everything is manifested as this one infinite reality. And the one infinite reality is more than the physical universe. So that's important to know. Creation is more than the physical universe that we see, because everything comes out of nothingness. Everything comes out of something even greater than this physical universe, which means more good must come from that which we don't see right now. And so this creation is an expression of the one infinite reality, and it is inherently good, and it is inherently ever revolving. So this greater and greater expression of good must come. And when I remember this, that helps me in any kind of situation or circumstances if I keep my mind and my thoughts stayed on that whatever is here physically now, good, more good is coming from that which is not even present. So we are the channels of good on this planet. And this good, this perfection of life itself, of spirit, passes through us. And if we block it, it's like anything that's blocked. It's like a kink in a water hose. That water can't come out. We have to allow this good to flow through us, and we do that with where we focus our mind and our attention and our thoughts on consistently. So there's this divine urge of life, and it continues to seek expression through us. And as it passes through us, we are this outflow of this boundless love of life itself expressing. I love to remind myself that I am this expression of boundless love showing up right here and right now for everything in my life and everyone around me. So how do you think your life would be different if you put your trust, your entire trust, in this law of good? That life is for your good, that good must come of it. Like everything in this entire cosmos is about this ever-expanding good, because spirit is only for life and the expansion of life. So how do you think your life would be different if you put your trust in the law of good, that it is working in your life, and have unwavering trust in this? I think it would activate our hearts. I think it would allow us to embody compassion when we see things and situations and circumstances in our life. I think that it would enable each of us to take more powerful, meaningful actions, because when we're afraid of doing something, we can claim, but good must come of this. So I'm going to take this action. I'm going to take this step. I was hearing on the Science Mind class that Dr. Tracy Brown led this morning, that someone shared that they had wanted to write a book. And for years, this person was afraid, like didn't have anything to say and didn't want to write a book. But she finally opened up that good must come of it and found a publisher, found an editor, and because she finally took that action and knew that good must come of it, her book is about to be published. And not only that, but she sent 4 more people to the same publisher. See, she opened up to her life and to her good, and it impacted 4 other people's good. And the publisher is so grateful that she sent those 4 people to them. So when we hold back, we're not only holding back for the good in our lives, but we're holding back for the good of everyone else's life. So how do you think Your life would be different if you woke up this morning and your mind stayed on spirit and you moved powerfully throughout your day, their spirit, knowing that spirit is within you, that it's spirit that is doing the work, that you put your full faith and trust of this spirit within you, the greatest power that there ever shall be, that you trust yourself and you trust the vision that you hold for your life, that there is something that's pulling you forward that's greater than you. That spirit within is omnipresent, everywhere present. I have a quote that I want to build off of from Ernest Holmes that I really especially like. And it says, "We are in the water of infinite life, as the fish is in the ocean. The spirit of life is all around us. It flows through us. It permeates everything." Okay, so we are in this water of infinite life just like the fish is in the ocean. Some of you may or may not know David Foster Wallace, literary American author, and he gave a "This is Water" commencement speech. You can check it out. It's a great speech. And he told this story at the beginning of this commencement speech. He said, there are these two young fish, and they're swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish. And the older fish nods at them and says, "Morning, boys. How's the water?" And these two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks at the other and asks, "What the hell is water?" So what made this older fish wiser? Maybe it was his experience in life. Maybe this older fish only knows about water because he's actually been outside the fishbowl, let's say. Maybe one day he was swimming around and maybe he gets bored, or maybe he gets a little startled, or something within him, is pulling him towards something bigger. And maybe he decides, well, I'm gonna go for it. For whatever reason, he swims up to the edge of this fishbowl with like tremendous sprint, and he jumps out of the water, and he's flopping around on the counter now, and he's like, "What the heck is this?" And this is air. And then somebody happens to come along and sees him laying there on the table near suffocation, laboring for every breath, and like his gills are getting drier and he's getting closer and closer to death. Doesn't sound real good, does it? And the person scoops the fish up and puts him back in the fishbowl. And he goes, "Oh, this is water." So the message of this fish story is that often the most important realities are the hardest to see, are the hardest to talk about, and the hardest to live from. You see, sometimes we're not really realizing and recognizing that we're in the water, that water is everywhere present, that this divine oceanic substance, as I like to call it, is everywhere, and it means it's within us. This greatest power is everywhere present. It is within us. See, we're actually focused on the air. We think that which is outside of us is what is powerful. We're breathing all of that when actually it's the divine oceanic substance. It's this divine source of life itself. I'm going to go back to this quote again. We are in the water of infinite life as the fish is in the ocean. We are swimming in this divine oceanic substance. The spirit of life is all around us, Holmes says, and it flows through us. It permeates everything. And so to be stayed on spirit is not to focus on the air, that which doesn't serve us, to focus on the conditions and the situations and the circumstances. That's not where the power is. That's not where the divine oceanic substance can pull us. And so we gasp for breath because we focus on conditions. I don't have enough money. Oh, my partner just left me. I'm not worthy to be with anyone. Whatever it is, we're focused on the conditions, and we give a lot of power away to people and situations and circumstances. And we tend to interpret everything through a lens of the individual self instead of the limitless self with a capital S that we each are. So we're talking about this lens and how we look through the lens of our life. Well, who and what shapes this lens? Well, for most of us, it's those that we've spent the most time with. That's who's shaping our lens. Jim Rohn says that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So I want you to just pause right now and think about who are these 5 people that have been in your life that you have spent the most time with. And think about how those 5 people could have impacted your life, good or not, right? And it explains why this mysterious aspect of human behavior is why we might buy clothing that's endorsed by celebrities. Or we won't offer help to strangers until someone else does. Or if Johnny jumps off the bridge, there I go too. And we have these patterns and we have these thought patterns in the way that we show up based upon the 5 people that we've spent the most time with in our life. According to research by social psychologist Dr. David McClelland of Harvard, he said the people you habitually associate with determine as much as 95% of your success or your failure in life. Okay, that's just huge. So habitually, like, oh, well, I keep being with this person, this person's in my life, whether they're a positive presence or not, right? So if you're swimming around with 5 fish that bring you down, that make you feel like you're gasping for air, like don't approve of your spiritual path, so they might be going, what the hell is water, right? Perhaps it's time to let something else influence your life and focus on the water of spirit, of source, of life itself, that which is within us. And keep our mind, our eyes stayed on spirit. So one of the ways that you can keep your mind stayed on spirit is through affirmative prayer. And the best thing about affirmative prayer that we teach here, spiritual mind treatment, is that the first 2 steps are where we need to be stayed. Recognition, recognizing everything that we know about this divine oceanic substance, about spirit, about life itself. Second step, well, I am one with this divine oceanic substance. I am one as this divine oceanic substance. That's who I show up as. And so there's power in this. The power of prayer. And so Lainey and Oscar are going to lead us into the power of prayer now.
Good morning, CSLDallas. This song was written in about 2006. I wrote it with Michael Gott because at the time I was praying with practitioners regularly before I became one. And praying with practitioners here at CSL Dallas absolutely healed my life. So this is dedicated to our practitioner core. The power of prayer, stand beside me, knowing the truth, and it is healing me. The power of prayer, the path to freedom, the light of the Spirit is revealing me. Pray for me, I will pray for you. Together we will be greater than we knew. Power of prayer, stand beside me, knowing the truth, and it is healing me. The power of prayer, the path to freedom, the light of the Spirit is revealing me. Pray for me, I will pray for you. Together we will be greater than we knew. Oh, pray for me, I will pray for you. Together we will be greater than we knew. Oh, pray for me, I will pray for you. Together we will
Thank you, Lainey. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, band. Yes, the power of prayer. Use the power of prayer. It is so powerful when things come up in our lives that we can turn to that affirmative prayer. And there have been times, even though I know how to do this, and I do this for so many people in our community and my colleagues and friends, but there are times where I have to reach out and ask someone, I need a prayer. I need an affirmative prayer. And when I do, it helps me to open up. It's like I trust that process. I trust the law of good. I trust the way that it works. And it helps me to free myself from the thoughts that I was focused on when some situation or circumstance came up. Ernest Holmes tells us that you are as free as your thought, and you never deal with the conditions, he says. You deal with mind. So we deal with our mind and where we keep it focused, and it has to stay focused, stayed on spirit, on that which is greater than us, that which knows how to move through this situation or circumstances. And when we focus on the condition, whatever it is, we're putting our focus on the wrong thing. And it's just going to make that thing grow. And I don't know about you, but if it's a condition that I'm not happy with, I don't want that to grow. And so I don't deal with the condition. And so we're to turn away from that condition. Not saying it's not existing, but not place our focus on it. We have to put our focus on that which we know to be true of life, that which is greater than us, and keep it stayed there. Whatever you know to be true of spirit, focus on that in that moment. Many of you know that recently I had this very scary thing occur in my life, and it ultimately became a kidney stone, okay? But at the time, when I felt like I was dying because of pain, I didn't know that's what it was. And I immediately made the calls to our practitioners in this community and said, I need prayer. There is something going on. I think I'm dying. I need to know that I am whole and I'm perfect and I'm complete. And that opened me up, even when I was in such excruciating pain, rushed to an ER, that I kept my mind focused on, I am perfect, whole, and complete. I am one with God. I'm totally healthy. I am one with God. See, I stayed on spirit. I am one with God. It's such a powerful phrase. Or I am one with spirit, whatever rocks your boat, right? I am one with God. I am one with God. I am totally healthy. And I kept my mind stayed on that. And because of all the prayers, then all these prayers, I was lifted through these prayers. Once I posted that on social media, hundreds and hundreds of people, thank you, thank you, thank you, were lifting me up. And it opened me to keep my mind stayed on spirit. And eventually what happened is, I went, wow, I don't have to pass this kidney stone so painfully so, because I already knew the pain. But there was a round two that was supposed to happen. It was just here's a kidney stone, and then I had to pass it. And I kept keeping my mind stayed on spirit so much that I eventually got within myself. It took me almost a week to go, that does not have to be my experience. It could just dissolve without pain. It could just go to sleep or whatever, but not be anything that I have to go through. And I'm not going through it, right? It's like gone. And so we can do this not only for our life, but we can do this for the whole collective life. I share this quote from Joel Goldsmith as we look at the news every day and we see the things that are working in humanity right now. He says, regardless of the appearance of evil, i.e., that which is not good. It lies within your own power to realize that God has never given its power to anyone, to any group, or to any condition. There is no power on earth but God. And there's no power on earth but that which lies within each of us. And it's, don't give this group situation or condition power. God hasn't given it power. We're the ones that's given it a power. We're keeping it alive because we keep focusing on that. And we can turn from that condition that we no longer want to see in humanity and focus on spirit, that which is good and that which we want, and to hold that vision. Stop giving the condition power. So it's extremely important to remember this in our collective and our global conditions that we're dealing with in humanity right now, and to keep our minds stayed on spirit. And to know in the depths of our soul that we are open to a clear vision of this world, a world that works for everyone. You see, we're not here to repair something that's broken. And we are not a reaction. We are a creation. We are the creators of what it is we want to see in our lives and in the world. We don't have to react to it. We can create from a different place and let our own selves create from that lens of staying on spirit. So we're here to let spirit loose in the world and to let this boundless love loose in the world. I'll end with this quote from Michael Beckwith that I like very, very much. He says, as long as you are on the planet, you are here to deliver your gifts, your talents, and your skills with confidence and inner authority, withholding nothing. So come from that place of, I have the inner authority of life itself, this divine oceanic substance, the greatest power there ever shall be, ever will be, ever has been. That is my authority. I come from that authoritative place. And that is infinite spirit, and it's expressing itself as you, as each of us right now in powerful, innovative ways. Because of this, you can trust that which is within you. You can listen to it. Never give up, no matter the situation or the circumstances. Keep your mind stayed on spirit. So instead of a prayer, though, Brad, I do want you to play under this. We're going to do a call and response. I want you to claim this for your life. It's a mindfulness exercise that comes adapted. I've adapted it a little bit from Ernest Holmes. So that we keep our minds stayed on spirit and boundless love. I invite you right now to breathe into your heart center, your chakra, that which is the powerful place in the physical body, the chi, right here. Breathe into this space. Repeat after me. I know that the divine presence is always closer to me than my very breath. I have nothing to fear. I feel this loving protection around me. I know that the song of joy, love, and peace is forever chanting itself at the center of my being. Therefore, I tune out of my mind all unhappy thoughts, negative thoughts, and negative ideas. I direct my thought to the joys of life, to brightness and laughter, to the joyous presence of spirit. I lay aside all anxiety and let boundless love operate through me into my affairs. Joyfully I expect greater abundance, more success, and a deeper peace. I keep my mind stayed on spirit, and spirit sings its song of ecstasy in my heart. And so it is. Y'all did very, very well. Thank you, Brad. Yay. All right, so now we've got something to do. Bittersweet, but we got something to do, and that's we want to give great gratitude to Oscar Sion. Petra couldn't be here, so I'm standing in for her as well, and I've asked Lainey to participate. So as you all know, one of the great things about being a part of the spiritual community is your life is transformed, and the mental equivalents that we hold actually come into play. And Oscar has really wanted to break out and break through and expand his acting career. And it really has happened.
Yep.
Even during a pandemic when pretty much all of his friends and colleagues have not expanded their career. And so we are going to get to say goodbye as official music director. But he has promised us, and you're on camera now, you know, that he's still in the community and being a part of the community, and he is. He's going to be on the music team and sing and bring us gifts and do Say What with Shakira and Petra next fall, another season. So Oscar, can you play a little bit that'll help me? Just play under us here. Oscar, I just want you to know that you have been such a gift to this community. You have brought your spirit. You have shined your light in a priceless way that your imprint is here no matter what. From the moment I met you, this joy, this exuberance, this passion, this passion for life and laughter, you've brought it always, every single day. There's not a time you haven't brought that. And you, I know, I'll let Lainey speak for the music team and for what's taken place there and how you've shown up. But for the staff, for me and for Petra, you've been so supportive of everyone. He even got us to make some TikTok videos and all of these crazy things. You've been such a gift. You've given us so much. And what I know for you is we tithe you to the universe in your acting career. What we know for you is that all that you've given here comes back to you 1,000-fold. That the light and the love that you've truly shined here comes back to you 1,000-fold, my friend. And I just know great things for you, and that we're going to stand next to Oscar as he receives his Oscar one day.
I love you so much.
So thank you for being an incredible music director in the season and the reason, especially during the pandemic, at such a time as this.
So from the first time I met you, I just fell in love with you. You are everything Karen said, such a light and such a personality and such a big personality. And you jumped in head first, feet first, all of you first. You jumped in, you learned all of our community songs enough to be able to lead them, and I love the way you changed them, and and you just came to the choir and made all of the whole choir just crack up laughing at our first rehearsal. You are just a beautiful presence, and you have taught me so much about these concepts that I have been knowing for years, about how to just trust the universe and know that I can show up on a Sunday and everything will be ready for us. Like, you're just magic, really. And I'm so happy to know that maybe on some level being here is what has made you soar. And I'm going to miss you terribly, and I'm going to be calling you all the time, like every day. So I love you so much. I'm going to miss you.
Hey, Oscar, you want to say anything real quick? Or?
Sure. Yeah, man, so much has happened. So, I mean, any success that has happened, I attribute a lot of it to this place and to the growth that I've experienced here. And when I came, remember that first time I came and auditioned for you guys, and I said I wanted more people to know about this place. And I think we've done that. I think we've done live streaming thanks to Ryan and Jeremy. We've done TikTok, we've done live streaming for Say What, new shows. I'm just really proud of what we've done here. And this is not a goodbye because I'm still around. I love you guys very much. You're family. You will always be family, and I always got your back. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you, CSLDallas, from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you. All right. Yes, and I'm grateful that we continue to have people step into sacred service in our community, because we can't do it without you. And I'm grateful that this is Chantel Jones's first Sunday as our platform assistant, and we're grateful. So she's got something else to say before we close out.
Thank you, Reverend Karen. You are so funny. I'm gonna miss this. I hope that even wherever you are, you just feel all of this good energy, all the good vibes and love right now. And I'm not gonna ugly cry, but this is good stuff. So, Oscar, I have to say to you, thank you for all that you have offered this community. So I just pause, share love and light with you right now. So awesome. But we also have two powerful offerings for you as well. The first is a Parable of the Sower book club study. So excited about this. This is a book from one of my favorite authors, Octavia Butler. Coming next month, you don't want to miss this. This is led by our very own practitioner, Tracy Brown. Wait, sorry. I have to stop. Doctor! Okay, if you didn't know, now you know. This is Dr. Tracy Brown. Go and tell the world. So very excited about that. I even registered last night because I'm not going to miss it. Hopefully you won't either. The next is a spiritual fitness course, so you don't want to miss this. This course can help you rediscover the meaning of your life. It also means trusting that there is a greater power constantly guiding and inviting you through your life experiences to live more openly and lovingly. So please register on our website, CSLDallas.org. And lastly, we have an opportunity for you to get your affirmative prayer on. You can join our licensed spiritual coaches in a private one-on-one Zoom room, and that link is right there somewhere in your chat feed, so you can get started on that. And now, just join us in an ending celebration with Grateful Together.